Hi guys, just a quick video. I thought I'd update you on what I'm doing. After doing the rear brakes and new wheel cylinders, I decided that on bleeding the front half of the car, the front hoses, pipes didn't look very good. There is some noticeable rust on these. Some people would say they were right, but me, you know, I've put a lot of effort into getting this braking system good, and I've used a lot of brake fluid to flush through the system. What was 5-6 year old brake fluid, what looked very orange indeed. But I've put this new pipe in. It's very easy to do on the driver's side because it just goes, if you can see on the camera, focus, yep, down there. Lovely. Make sure that union is really nice and tight, and then I'm bleeding the brakes. The other side is a bit different because on the other side you can see that run of pipe just there in the corner. That is what you get, the one that goes down on that leg. That's what you get if you've got no ABS, because usually that's where your motor would be sitting if you've got ABS. So you'd have a short run to the ABS module, and then a shorter run, and then a longer run to the master cylinder. But unfortunately, if I want to replace that line on that side that goes to that wheel, it's got to be done as one whole pipe, unless you decide to start cutting it and then flaring it on the car, which I'm not doing that. I'll just get a couple of rolls and I'll just flare it from the master cylinder all the way to the wheel for that side when it needs it. That side isn't as bad, thankfully. So just this side, bit of a pain. You've got to be very, very patient with these bolts. They're 11 mil. Get a flare spanner, get one of these, okay. Don't use a normal spanner because you're going to get into so much trouble unless you fancy flaring your own lines. It's not easier said than done, I can tell you. Unfortunately, as usual, I've had to do a little bit of paint persuasion and zinc primer on the underside because this was going a bit rusty here. There's a bit of a crack there. I don't know why that is. There's no rust around here. I've checked, and I've gone with a wire brush, a wire wheel on a drill. Nothing. It's quite solid, and this has been annoying me for some time on the door, but that was just a little bubble, and just got, come on, just put this down there. Now that is a temporary repair because I haven't got spray paint, so it's going to look crap until I sand it back and then put some proper paint on it, but it will do, it will do. I did want to show you this actually. This is going to be done in the summer. Now I'm not capable of welding at the moment. I am going to practice very soon. If I can just show you, right, this is a common rot spot. I will show you this in a future video, but basically all of this tends to go at the bottom here. Now I don't have wheel arch liners, as you've seen. They cause a lot of rot here. I'll tell you about that more in a future episode, but you can tell it's gone. Now I got into the car not long ago, and I looked down, I actually looked down into the door card, and all this from about here, all that was rotten on the inside. Didn't look it, but the actual, someone years ago before I bought it, it's actually caved in there. I think someone's jacked it up here instead of on the pinch seam. But the pinch seam doesn't seem too bad. It seems quite solid. I put axle stands on it the other day. The drain holes are unbunged and everything. It's just one of those cases where it has just gone, but not in the way that it usually goes. Maybe because my rust protection is actually quite, I am really full on top of it. You've got to keep on top of it with these. That's where it's, so you can see that bubbling again. That's actually gone pretty bad quite quickly since the summer, but all that is going to be cut out. Usually what they'll do, sorry, I'm holding the camera funny, what they usually do is they'll cut up to there, cut across as far as they can. But what I'm going to want is to sort out that lacquer peel and all of that. This isn't too bad. Okay, it's starting to bubble here, but it's because the lacquer's come off. So that is going to be done as one job in the summer. I'm going to get a couple of quotes. Yeah, bodywork's not expensive, but I want it done well and I want it done properly, because at the end of the day, the rest of the car has been done properly. So, you know, keep on at it, as you mean to go on as such. So yeah, fun and games today. So I'm going to bleed it, and that'll be me done as far as brakes. I'll show you the, can I show you? Yeah, new brake hoses and new wheel cylinders. I had to cut the old wheel cylinders off from the backing plate side. There's two little bolts on, two little like 10mm bolts that hold the wheel cylinder onto the backing plate. They were rotten, and there's no way you can access them anyway. So you had to I had to cut the wheel cylinder from this side and cut in where the bolts go through, and then I just ripped the cylinder off, and then literally the rest of the bolts fell out. And the new kit, make sure if you've got new wheel cylinders, make sure they come with the bolts, because that's half the problem. If they don't come with the bolts, you go, well, you're going to be stuffed, because these bolts, they do rot out. Everything I buy that's underneath the car, suspension kits and all that, whatever it is, get the bolts. Just get the bolts, because if something happens, you know, sorry, it's a bit of a problem. What I did do, I had to do this, and you can see that now, that copper pipe there, that little extension I've put in, that was because originally the old what was the old pipe, this nut would not come off the copper pipe. It was absolutely wedged onto to the end of the hose. So I had to cut it off with a grinder and then flare it on the car, just flare an extension, because there's just no way that pipe was going to extend over here. It was just too short a run, unfortunately. But my car's had all copper brake pipes over the tank where they tend to rot. So I think it makes sense to do the actual front of the car like I said I would. But yeah, I'm quite pleased actually that this is off the car, because yeah, it's quite nasty. Is that focusing, for God's sake? I'm gonna get a camera if I keep doing these videos, because this mobile is okay. It's okay for getting started on YouTube and just doing little bits and pieces. I'm not gonna go whole like if some of you know Furious Driving, that channel. Matt's a fantastic photographer, and his camera work is exceptional. I wish I had his skills, but I'll learn. No, it won't focus, but I think these are both double flares, as you would have with a normal car. I've just, sorry, it doesn't come this shape, I've just bent it because it's it has lost a lot of its vulnerability. This is supposed to be a steel line. I mean, it's still got some of its actual green coating. This is really bad today, it's not focusing in at all. But there's a bit more of us than you can actually see. But the fact is, I shouldn't be able to do that really. I did that with no effort. Copper lines, copper conifer lines are very soft, and they're very easy to get in position if you just need a bit of wiggling room to get it in the actual thread. But anyway, I'm going to finish this off and go in. I'm tired. I will see you soon, guys. Finish this short. See you soon. Bye.